עמך, תשאיר מקדש לתוכנו, תרומם הר מרום הרים, תקומם קרן גדועה, תציר מחשקי.
Hello everyone. As Asara BeTevet is coming closer, there was a convention recently in Tel Aviv, very serious rabbis that basically asked, should we still fast with, thank God, the state of Israel, a Jewish army, Jerusalem in our hands, not to mention the Nisim v'Niflaot we have seen and witnessed during these last 2 years after that tragic Shmini Atzeret, October 7th day. And I want to say a few things about this. Number one, don't belittle the question. It's a very serious question by very serious people who keep every last iota of Jewish law or are not just looking for, quote-unquote, a cheap way to get out of fasting. The Gemara itself, commenting on the pasuk in Zechariah that says these fast days will turn into holidays, asks how can they be holidays and how can they be fast days? And the Gemara says these fast days are never permanent on our calendar. They're not like Yom Kippur and Ta'anit Esther. Rather, you have to look at the situation, the reality, and ask, should we still fast or not? In the words of the Gemara, Bizman sheyesh shalom, yeh l'sason v'lesimcha. When there's peace, whatever that means, it will be festive days, not fast days. Yesh shmad, there's annihilation of the Jewish people. Tzom, it's a fast day, dead giveaway. But in a quasi situation of ein shmad, the ein shalom, namely, we're not totally at peace, but we're not being annihilated. Ratzu mitanin, ratzu ein mitanin. If they want to, they should fast, and if they don't want to, they shouldn't fast. So this question is a very legitimate one, because the Gemara itself says these fast days are not permanent. It depends on the reality and on the situation on the ground. From this perspective, it's not surprising that even today, the fast is not at the full-fledged force it should be. The Ramban, Nachmanides, in his famous essay called Torat Adam, says that since they're all written in the same verse, then they should all be with the same halachas. Namely, whatever we do and can't do on Tisha B'Av should be the same for the other 3 fast days of Shiva Asar B'Tammuz, Asara B'Tevet, and Tzom Gedalia. Why is it that on Asara B'Tevet, the fast starts in the morning and ends at night? There's no restrictions of wearing leather shoes and all the rest of the stuff we do on Tisha B'Av. Says the Ramban, because we're not in a situation of shmad, we're in a situation of ein shmad ve'ein shalom, and therefore the Jewish people can decide ratzu mitanin, ratzu ein mitanin, and they decided to, and I quote, ratzu nahagu lihitanot behen, velo ratzu linhog bechumrot halalu, that we fast, but that's it. So therefore, not only are these days not permanent, but even today, the fast does not get to the level it can be because we're not, thank God, at the level that would obligate us to fast from the night before and all the rest of the restrictions of Tisha B'Av. But the question remains, with all the miracles we've seen in the last few years, do we still need to fast on Asara BeTevet? According to a group of Rishonim led by Rashi, until we have a Beis HaMikdash, absolutely the fast is obligatory. Indeed, the Ramban, in that very same essay, says, Yesh shalom, there is peace, and it's going to be festive and not a fast day. Hainu bizman shebeit hamikdash kayam. That's the way the Magid Mishnah says, Yesh shalom, the hainu k'shiyabane beit hamikdash. And ultimately, so since there's no Beis HaMikdash yet, we have to fast. However, the Rambam has a different point of view. The Rambam says in his Perush HaMishnah, the Masechet Rosh Hashanah, that during the Second Temple, they fasted on Tisha B'Av. No more, no less. They went and brought sacrifices in the morning, and they sat on the floor and said keynote. Very surprising. There's a Beis HaMikdash. How can they fast? Perhaps the Rambam, when he codifies that these fast days will all be annihilated and a forgotten thing at the time when Mashiach comes, he goes along and says the following words. Not only will the fast days be no longer, but rather there'll be no less than yontivs and days of happiness. Quoting the pasuk in Zechariah that we just quoted, he ultimately quotes the entire pasuk. Kol amar Hashem tzvakot, tzoma revi'ivit, tzoma chamishivit, tzoma shvi'ivit, tzoma asiri, yeh levet Yehuda l'sasam l'simcha l'moadim tovim, ve'ha'emet ve'hashalom ehavu. The Maharsha in Masechet Rosh Hashanah asks, why is it that the Rambam quoted the entire pasuk? After all, usually, because print was very expensive, they would write the first two words and they'd say V'gomer, finish the pasuk on your own. Look it up and find out what the rest of it is. How come the Rambam thought that in this case he has to write the entire pasuk, including the end that says Ha'emet ve'hashalom ehavu, namely peace and truth will love each other, will merge. After answers the Maharsha, Be'eni machem emet ve'shalom tachzeru latzum. If there isn't both peace and truth, you will go back to fasting. Dehainu, such as bebayit sheni bizman hachurban. Beautiful words. That says a lot. During the second temple, at the time of destruction. There's a second temple, but it could still be a time of destruction. Why? Because emet, truth there was. They were keeping halacha. But shalom, peace, absolutely not. The Jewish people were more disunified then than ever before. If that's the case, says the Maharsha, that according to the Rambam, you can have a temple from today to tomorrow until the Jewish people are unified, until there's unity within the Jewish community, we have to fast. And that's the way Rav Moshe Soloveitchik, the father of Rav Soloveitchik, said, the Shitat HaRambam is the Bizman Shebayit Sheni Yitanu B'Tisha B'Av. They fasted on Tisha B'Av during the second temple. The Hochiach HaRambam Shitato Meha-Pasuk Shel HaEmet VaShalom Mehavu Liyamot HaMashiach. Until such time that the truth and peace will live together, we will continue fasting. From this perspective, look around today. Is there unity within the Jewish people? Far from it. Number two, is there a Beis HaMikdash? Unfortunately not. Number three, there are, unfortunately, too many forces that want to annihilate the Jewish people. So I don't think the state of Israel, God forbid, is about to go off the map. And we should not belittle for one moment the miracles that we've seen. And we have to thank God for each and every step on the way. And therefore, without belittling any of the miracles, I believe that even today, because of the lack of a Beis HaMikdash plus unity, we still have to fast, unfortunately, on Asara BeTevet, albeit just from the morning to the evening, because things have changed a bit. But I want to make clear, we're not fasting because this is just what we do. Or as one rabbi there said, in my opinion, in a very arrogant way, the Jewish people that are religious just fast because that's what it says in the Shulchan Aruch. They want to feel religious. No. We look at the reality and we have to make a decision. Maybe we're going to rethink this once we get closer to Shiva Asar B'Tammuz and Tisha B'Av. And I'm not scared of the question. But looking around at this moment, before Asara BeTevet of 2025, of Tafshin Pei Vav, there is no Beis HaMikdash. Unfortunately, no unity yet. And there are people out there that want to kill and destroy the Jewish people. And therefore, I believe this fast still has to be kept, albeit not at the same level as Tisha B'Av, because things have changed, thank God. And Be'ezrat Hashem, they will continue to change, so that the aspects I just mentioned, no Beis HaMikdash, no unity, anti-Semitism, will all vanish, as will Be'ezrat Hashem, Asara BeTevet, as a fast day.